takes us to him being dragged to go see his mother go to nicely and eventually meet the Greek princess there. A lot of movies that come past.
Please give a huge AnimeCon level welcome to the incredible Britt Baron.
Hey, turn that shit on, boy.
I don't know, you were pretty, oh yeah, that's loud, all right.
Thank you guys so much, that was a really nice intro. Way.
Okay, so we're going to begin to discuss about...
Okay, great. I'll use my voiceover voice. The question, how did I get into acting? Oh gosh, I don't know, I'm the first child, and so I liked attention, and I think at a young age, I just really enjoyed performing. I had a big imagination, and I started in like community theater at a really young age, and I did theater through high school, and then I went to college and got a BFA in performance, and I got my first agent through that. She was an alumni at Michigan where I went, and go Blue, and from there I just slowly but surely, you know, climbed the Hollywood ladder that I'm, you know, still on.
That's really cool because we always wonder like how do people start their journeys, like what is like your origin story and whatnot. Our next question is, how long have you been auditioning before you landed your very first big role?
Oh gosh, well, I don't know how long I was auditioning. I think my first big voiceover was Halo, and that
So you hear like the first line and then you can match the energy or the vibe or the scene or wherever Cloud and Tifa are doing their thing or wherever the characters are, so you can match it. Yeah.
Or sometimes like our director, one of our directors is an actor, so he'll play the lines for us. He'll do like Yuffie. I'm like, okay, Kirk, that's a stretch, but it's fun.
That sounds amazing. Oh man, thank you for that. Okay, we're gonna move on to talk about Star Wars. Do we have any Star Wars fans in here? Tifa Lockhart in Final Fantasy VII, that's like an absolute legacy character. So let's dig into what it's been for you. All right, so how did you feel when you learned that you got the role of Tifa Lockhart?
Shocked, confused. I mean, I had auditioned and then I didn't hear for many months. And then when I did hear, it was like, okay, you booked Tifa and you need to be recording like tomorrow. So it was really off to the races. And like, I don't know, I had never really stepped into an IP in that way. Like it felt like this game meant so much to so many people, and especially the original, there were no voices. So it felt similar in a way to like a big book franchise where everyone has a different idea of how these characters should sound. And so I think for me as an actor, I was pretty scared the first game. I had a blast, but it was like, oh my god, this is our baby and we're gonna send it out into the universe and I hope the internet doesn't hate us. So I think for Rebirth, it was so exciting because I felt like, okay, we found her voice. You know, I think it's been well received and I felt like we could have a lot of fun.
Yeah, so when you got that call and you said it was like the next day, did you have to fly or was it nearby?
No, we record in LA. That's why
okay.
thought, oh my god, that'd be scary.
I know there's different recording studios, like there's like one in Texas I know of, there's like Biggest Cup of Tea in Burbank, there's the Boom, I think it's Boom Studios or something in Texas, I think. The All Might Studio, I forget what their name is.
I know there's a lot of
There's a lot of studios everywhere.
Yeah. No, luckily we record in LA.
Oh yeah, okay. So you didn't have to go very far. It was just basically like, okay, grab my talking team.
Yeah, get ready, honey, we're going. Yeah.
Saddle up. So, Tifa means so much to the whole generation of gamers. At this point in time, what does it mean to you? Do you have any favorite lines or moments that stuck with you?
Oh gosh, I have so many. I mean, I feel like I love this character so much. I love being a part of this universe, and I feel like I'm gonna be devastated when we finish. I just like never want it to end. I love her so much, and I think over these years I've spent so many hours recording her that it's like become a part of, you know, I didn't realize how many years this would span, and so it feels like such a big part of my life. And now, post-COVID, being able to go to some conventions and actually meet fans firsthand and get to hear like, oh, I grew up, I started playing this with my brother when I was 7, or hearing all these stories, all it does is like make you fall more in love with this character and this story. And so, I never want it to end. I never get emotional except like now, but I don't know. It's become like a big part of my life, and I've got to do a lot of conventions with the cast, and so I feel like so much closer to them because in the first game I didn't even meet most of them. So I hope, I don't know, I love her.
And I don't speak for the brand or anything, but I kind of feel like Square Enix and like Final Fantasy, especially 7, that's a big money maker. So I kind of feel like they're going to stretch that for literally as long as possible.
I hope. I don't know. I'd happily do it for a long time.
like we have that one game a disc at a time. So here's part 1, okay, part 2, and if I'm not mistaken, there's gonna be another one, right? Yeah. So like, I feel like they're gonna, pardon my lack of better words, they're gonna milk that franchise. So I think there's gonna be a lot of work to be done. Maybe even a mobile game, or who knows what.
Some spin-offs. Yeah. I don't know.
That's a money maker. I mean, when we think about marketing, that's gonna go for a while.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to enjoy it all. I mean, I think it's also rare for me, at least in the video game world, to get to play a female character that's like so well-rounded. She's like so strong and yet so empathetic and can be shy and scared, but also at times gets to be really brave, and she's been through like so much trauma and still I think sees the best in humanity. In so many ways I feel like she's just she's like an amazing character, so it's fun to play her. I leave the booth and I'm like, what a nice energy to take with me. Versus like, you play like a villain or something, which can be very fun as an actor, or like the witches, or or like I've played like drunken pirates in games, and you're like, that's fun, but you leave and you're like, okay, I'm ready to like shake that off of me. Tifa, I'll leave like a 4-hour session and be like, like what a nice world to be in Tifa's body. I just like really, she's just, they've done such a nice job, I think, not just with Tifa, with all of the characters, of like really diving into their background and getting to learn more of their origin story, and it's a joy to get to play her.
Yeah, and it's so cool getting to flesh out these characters and like getting to know them. And I feel like Tifa Lockhart is a very relatable character too as well. And for me also, when I found out you're coming, I was like, wow, that's so cool, because I started cosplaying 19 years ago. My first cosplay was a closet cosplay of Tifa Lockhart. It wasn't very good, so I was like, oh man, we're coming a full circle on my cosplay career on 19-20 years.
We need a picture.
Yeah.
Pick where it didn't happen.
Yes. Now speaking of, when you're doing like those sessions with Tifa Lockhart, now my partner is a localization juggernaut, and he often works with voice actors for many weeks to do recordings with voice actors and whatnot. He was wondering, like, how many weeks did it take to voice Tifa Lockhart overall?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think the first game we did it all in a year, but it was like pedal to the metal. I think there were points near the end where they had like 3 booths going at once, and that was crazy. It was like every single day. Rebirth, I don't know. What is time, Like a year and a half, maybe? I don't know. Don't quote me, which I don't want to see that on Twitter. Like Britt Baron said, I don't remember. I think it was a year and a half, maybe. Yeah, I wish somebody else was here to fact check me.
No, that's totally okay. It sounds like your days were just really long, because some like voice acting, you could do like 4-hour sessions, 6-hour sessions, like maybe.
Usually it's capped at 4.
Is that capped at 4?
But I think for the first game we were doing Saturday sessions on the end, which was crazy. I'd never done that. It was fun though. It felt like a team effort. We were all like exhausted, but putting in the work.
Yeah, thank you for that. We're gonna segue more into voice acting and versus live action. So were video games always a passion for you?
No. I mean, I grew up with a Nintendo 64, so I grew up playing a lot of Mario Kart and like Mario Party and GoldenEye, and those were kind of my games. And then my brother got a PlayStation 2, and I got to play his like SSX Tricky and you know, like, but and then I feel like I kind of fell off. I feel like in some ways, looking back, I feel like video games are hard. I don't think they're super inclusive for women in general. I don't think like little girls are often getting the message of like, this is for you. If anything, I think, no, I feel like it was like very marketed towards like my brother at the time growing up. I don't know, I didn't feel welcomed. That's why I do feel like it's awesome having characters like Tifa or Aerith, like strong females. Not that men don't, you know, aren't cool, but you guys have Cloud, okay? You guys got a lot of protagonists. So, and Barrett, of course, let's show some love for Barrett. So, no, I don't know. I wasn't a huge gamer, and now I'm scared. Now I feel like I'm so behind. I did try to play Final Fantasy VII, and I was like looking at the ceiling because I can't control the camera, and I was on easy mode. So thank God for like streamers, because I can watch other people play. But in a lot of ways also, like, I lived this. I spent so many hours that it's like I'm too close to the project in some ways. I like seeing the finished thing, but in other ways I'm like, I don't like hearing my voice so much because I don't want to get like super critical. Maybe when I'm fully done with the character, it'll be easier, but
I feel like that's a universal truth is, man, I do not like hearing my voice sometimes.
I just feels when you're playing your own thing.
Yeah, I get that feeling because I do a podcast for work too as well, and sometimes we'll do like recordings in the booth and then they'll do playbacks and I'm like, oh, that's how I sound, like, yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like,
even like Glow, I feel like I watched once just to see what made it and what got cut, and then never again, because you're like, yeah, you know, jump scare. Yeah, you live it. It's different. Yeah.
Now, speaking of which, how do you approach voice acting compared to live action? Does one give you
water? But I don't know. I mean, I do like vocal warm-ups that I learned in college on the way when I'm driving to the studio and I'm like in traffic. Tifa, luckily, is not like a screaming character, thank God, but I do, you know, I've done a lot of like non-player, you know, battle cries where you're like, grenade launcher, you know, screaming, and then you leave and you're like, oh my God. So again, another reason I love voicing Tifa, because she's like in a very comfortable spot for me, vocally. Sorry, oh my God.
That's important.
Nice. Yeah, I should be learning from Purvis to the,
Oh yeah, I talk for hours as a professor.
Good
so
for you.
My thing is throat coat tea by Traditional Medicinals.
Awesome.
And I actually shot my vocal cords at San Diego Comic-Con because my friend Lindley, she won the Her Universe contest as the can't stay away from coffee either. But yeah, Tifa's really soft-spoken, so it's like that's super lucky. So it's kind of like conversational pace, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so lucky about that. Even like Susie, like I know they would have her doing a lot of late night sessions because she's so high energy, Yuffie. Versus like they have me come in earlier because like Tifa will put us to sleep if we do a late night session.
She is so
she's quiet.
She's chill. She's a bartender and yeah. And of course, we're all here at an anime convention surrounded by fans who love your work. Let's talk about the fan side of things because your characters have inspired so many people. So anime and gaming cons like the show, how passionate the fans are. How has fan response shaped your relationship with the characters?
Oh, I think it's just, I mean, kind of what we've been speaking about. I feel like it's just made me love this world even more. I mean, hearing everyone's, you know, people's stories it's so impactful, and I feel like you do carry that. So that's the best part for me, to be able to do these conventions now post like we didn't really get to do them for the first game. It came out like mid 2020. So that's been like the best part of Rebirth, I think, getting to finally meet people face to face. And because this game, the first game came out so many years ago, there's like so many amazing stories of people getting into it now, kind of going backwards, being like, I didn't know what this was and I played Remake and now I went back and I played the original. And so it's like, it's just such a joy to get to hear everyone's stories, and it just makes you like more grateful to get to be a part of this. You realize how big the world is, because I feel like when I do these projects, I remember finishing Glow and being like, I kind of can't believe that this is now going out to the world. You have no control over it. And it's, I don't know, getting to meet people is like really nice, because you get to, you realize how much, you know, you're a small part of this big project, but how much it means to people.
1000%. I feel like a lot of your
Oh my gosh.
Oh yes. Okay. Our first question from our audience. do you have different preparation for voice work versus face-to-face activity?
You mean acting maybe? Or
Acting? Yeah.
Well, oftentimes I get nothing. They're so top secret with video games, so you do not get a script. There's nothing to prepare, which is, I guess, scary as an actor. It's nice, there's less homework to do, but you've got to be ready to go on the fly. So there's some days where I would show up and they're like, okay, we're doing this, like, you have to sob, and this really emotional scene. And there's other times where you're like, okay, you're a frog in a mini game, and just go with it. So you have to be like flexible and willing to make choices on the fly. Versus, I mean, acting, you have to memorize. It's a lot more. It's a lot of work. You have to like read the script 1,000 times.
Yeah. Before I jump into all these Tifa questions, let's do you have any advice for 10, 11, 12-year-old girls?
Oh my gosh. In general? Oh gosh, that feels like be strong.
Fight the patriarchy.
That makes more sense.
They're fans.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Stick with it. Watch a ton of animation. That's how I feel like I started my journey with voice acting, was just watching a ton of animation, because there's so many different characters and voices, and that's geared towards younger. And just practice your silly voices. That's what I started with, like the craziest voices I could think of. And I think when you're younger, you're free and you have a bigger imagination. So try to hold on to that as much as possible. Bring that into adulthood. Don't let that go.
Thank you.
Yeah. The Tifa, Aerith, and Yuffie are the three girls trio that have such a strong connection. It seems you, Susie, and Brianna have that connection together. Can you tell us about that relationship?
Yeah, I mean, I love them so much. I think it's like such a joy to get to spend time with them and travel with them and work with them. I mean, we don't get to record together, which is the sad part, but I'm like so appreciative. I really love, I think coming from Glow especially, like I really do value getting along with my cast members, because they are such a good resource. You're going through a really strange experience together. You're part of this like really big IP, and it's kind of intimidating and scary, and so to have people you trust and can lean on and ask for advice and ask what a holographic thing means, like that kind of stuff goes far. So yeah, I feel really lucky.
This next question kind of feels like a Cloud Tifa shipping question, but the date scene with Tifa and Cloud, did you watch it? Give us your thoughts on what happened.
Guys, don't get me in trouble. I'm scared of the internet. But yeah, I watched it, and I didn't know there was well, am I allowed to? I didn't know there was a smooch. What? Because there's no VO, there's no sounds, and they don't tell us anything. So I was shocked. I was like, why am I getting, why are my DMs like freaking out? But so I saw it right along with everyone else. They don't, which is a little crazy to me. Like nobody could have given me a little heads up before this came out. Yeah, so I did watch it, and I think that was a long wait. But that's only for people that get the Tifa date, so.
Yeah. I think a lot of us were surprised about that smooch too at first, or at least some of us.
I don't think Square would ever, allow, but we 20 plus years of waiting, I guess.
I mean, better late than never. Yeah. Or what's the phrase? Always late, but worth the wait. I have a friend who's always chronically 30 minutes late, so I trick him into coming half an hour before, and he always tells me like, "Oh, I'm always late, but I'm worth the wait." And I'm like, "Damn it, TK."
It is funny because if there are no lines, then I have no idea. That's basically how it goes in the game. If there were no sounds, I don't know what happened until it comes out.
1,000%. Now, Tifa's such a layered character. How do you think she has evolved between Remake and Rebirth? And how do you reflect that in your performance?
Oh gosh, and how do you think she evolved? Well, I mean, I think they've done such a beautiful job of elaborating on Tifa, really, and getting to see more of her like all these different sides of her. I mean, I think even seeing like young Tifa is such a joy, and it's really a joy to get to play her, this like bold young version that's like maybe hasn't gone through quite as much trauma yet. I mean, shortly she does, but I don't know, I think even just as an actor, I was much more comfortable coming into Rebirth. I feel like I knew her voice. I'd spent many hours. I'm like, let's rock and roll. I'm so ready to go. You know, the first game, we're still like figuring out how does she sound? Who is she? What are we doing with this character? So for me as an actor, it was just like a more of a confidence coming into Rebirth. And I think it's been, I mean, I'm so lucky that we get to like explore this whole journey with like Cloud and what's going on there, and I don't know, I guess we'll see what happens, what they're gonna do, but I'm looking forward to it.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna go on for another 20 years.
I'm like, I need to stop talking. That's what I feel like saying.
Yeah. This is a fun one. If Tifa were a professional wrestler, what would be her signature move?
Ooh, oh, that's so hard. I don't know. I used to love the like over-under jump, where I feel like Tifa, you know, jumping onto the ropes, somebody kind of runs under you and you jump backwards and land. And if I was Tifa, you know, not me, I can't do this, Britt Baron, but Tifa would be able to flip, and you know how she lands, like that would be so sick. So something like that, like jumping off the ropes, obviously getting much higher than I can, and then maybe a few flips and landing.
It's awesome.
Kind of like the dolphin, you know.
Right, the dolphin kick, yeah. And how they kind of like, in the original game, they kind of made her hair like, kind of look like a dolphin tail, kind of, where it splits at the end.
Doing some, yeah, a few flips would be
Yeah,
sick.
and it's really fun to see like the evolution of the costumes too as well, like from the very first like original to like the more modernized like layers of clothes, things that are practical.
I'm so amazed by what they've done in the games, and I think it just progressively gets more impressive to me.
Yeah. How
Doing of all of our like swearing and sound and like stomach sounds and burps and yeah, so I want to hear the compilation. Let's get that out on the internet. So I don't know if there's any specific that stands out.
Hey, that's a marketing money-making idea right there. Like if you could sell like the outtakes or that. I don't know.
I know.
Like Square could sell the out anyway. Last question before closing. Since you're from Connecticut, who has the best chowder? New York or Boston? Or is it Boston?
Neither. Connecticut.
Connecticut all the way. I love me a clam chowder. Let's give it up for Britt Baron.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
From the iconic video game heroes to unforgettable live-action roles, Britt has brought so many characters from iconic video game heroes to unforgettable live-action roles, and has given so many characters life and given fans all over the world stories to hold on to. So Britt, thank you so much for sharing your journey, your laughs, and the behind-the-scenes stories with us today. And thank you to the fans for bringing the energy, for bringing the love.
Thank you guys so much for coming out. It really means
Yes, and making these moments really special. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the con. Keep celebrating the fandoms you love, and remember, whether it's games or shows or anime, the magic of storytelling is alive because ours are alive like Britt Baron. Give it up for Britt Baron one more time. Thank you so much, Kinyoobi Con. We'll see you really soon.